So I'm headed north up here to Carlisle, and see how far I can get today. Great day to ride. Great day to ride. Everything, you know, when everything works on the bike, it's just a joy to drive. And you practice your safety techniques. I'm finding that, you know, as I see some of the destruction caused to bike riders. Dan the fireman's got a great website. He is a fireman. I don't know if he's retired or not, but he has some great videos on doing analysis with crashes, motorcycle crashes, and many times he even takes off monetization so that he can show you exactly what not to do and what to do in certain situations. Now, I found that the biggest threat that I've had to face is unintentional blindness or unintentional vision by the drivers of cars or vehicles. When they're looking and driving, they're looking for cars, for big things. So I'm headed north up here to Carlisle, and see how far I can get today. Great day to ride. Great day to ride. Everything, you know, when everything works on the bike, it's just a joy to drive. And you practice your safety techniques. I'm finding that, you know, as I see some of the destruction caused to bike riders. Dan the fireman's got a great website. He is a fireman. I don't know if he's retired or not, but he has some great videos on doing analysis with crashes, motorcycle crashes, and many times he even takes off monetization so that he can show you exactly what not to do and what to do in certain situations. Now, I found that the biggest threat that I've had to face is unintentional blindness or unintentional vision by the drivers of cars or vehicles. When they're looking and driving, they're looking for cars, for big things moving, and they don't always see or look for or unintentionally just miss bikes, motorcycles. So to approach maybe an intersection or different high hazard areas like that, it's always good to show yourself, and you can do that by moving the bike kind of back and forth like this, right? Then they see some movement, and the unintentional blindness, I think that's what he terms it as, kind of is broken in the driver of the cars, and then they can register in their mind that the brain registers that something is moving. They need to pay attention to, and you're more visible that way. So that has been one of the best and most productive things for me. It's providing a lot more security for me as I ride, at least at this point. I also try to leave myself an out. Now there's some rules that I learned when I was initially driving. They made you memorize things back in the day, and it was called the Smith 5 Rules of Safe Driving. Now that was for the car, but I use them for the bike too. The first one is just to kind of aim high in steering, and Dan talks about this in his videos, where you have to look where you want to go. It's a pretty standard motorcycle driving technique, but right now I'm looking way at the top of that other hill, and just at the horizon. And when that horizon disappears, your field of view changes, and you focus on the next furthest thing away that's in the path, which is this Toyota up here. Now I can see the horizon again. So I'm focusing on that, but keeping an eye kind of peripherally on this Toyota, because who knows what he's going to be doing, right? Following at a fairly safe distance, so 1001, 1002, 1003 seconds behind him, and that's a pretty good margin to have so that you can do what you need to do in terms of evasive maneuvers. I can brake, I can swerve, I can get into another lane, I can get on the shoulder. Fortunately here there is grass on the side, and you can always go into the grass. So that's number one. Aim high in steering. The second one is to keep your eyes moving. So not necessarily moving your head and moving the helmet and all that, but just getting a picture around you with the eyes, so you're not fixated on something. A lot of accidents that I've seen analysis on with Dan's channel is target fixation, and you fixate on something, you focus on something you don't want to hit, and you know for sure you're going to hit it. If that's a manhole cover, or if it's, you're just choosing not to be on the center line, and you're focusing on the center line, that's where you're going. So your eyes will take you where take the bike where you're going to go. This car wasn't paying attention. He was probably texting or something, and he was going into the other lane, and the only thing that I could have done was to go over to the right, go over to the shoulder, and brake. That 3 seconds will give you that extra room, and give you the extra time to kind of make your evasive maneuver. Now he's braking for some reason. I don't know. Is he going to change? Is he going to stop somewhere, or is he just kind of a bad driver that brakes when he goes downhill? Who knows? But you kind of watch for things like that. He's not practicing good driving techniques when you brake as you go downhill. It's not the best thing to do. You wear your pads out and do all that. You just let the engine coast if you're going above a speed that you're comfortable with. So keeping your eyes moving, and then get the big picture. You're looking around. You use your peripheral as you're practicing your eyes, moving with your eyes. You're kind of getting the whole picture of what's going on. You see the intersection coming up here. You don't see any cars. You don't see any potential issues. You see a corner coming up now because you're aiming high and steering. and there are no warning signs saying it's a bad corner or you have to slow down, but this one is. Okay, so now you begin slowing a little bit, so you make sure that you're able to take care of the corners as you need to. Bikes can always go faster than cars around certain things, and it's always fun to get in the twisties and enjoy the bike that way. But the whole idea is to just practice where you need to be and practice getting ready for the next issue. So here comes a fast car. I'm going a little bit fast. I'm going like 40. And this is at 25, but you can lean into it and you got limited view coming up. Lean into it and you're good. So you just always watch ahead. So that's number 3. Number 4 is to leave yourself an out. And Dan states this in a different way, but leaving yourself an out is providing yourself the opportunity to have an exit strategy in any situation. This truck, the car, who knows what's going to happen. Fortunately, they just, come straight on and they're minding their own business, and you can mind yours, and you can move through things as you need to. Railroad tracks and those kind of things are always a big deal. You never know how the grade is, what kind of issue you're going to have when going over the tracks. Sometimes they're not maintained very well, and you hit huge bumps or whatever. But something like this at speed, you're pretty certain you're okay. As long as you don't see any abnormalities in the road surface, you're okay. Just keep moving forward. So that's number 4. And number 5 is something that I always forget. We're going to leave that for another time. Sorry about that. Just make sure they see you. There we go. So you're looking at the cars. You're looking at someone at the intersection. You're looking at this parked car here. Didn't see anybody in that, so you didn't have to worry about maybe someone all of a sudden opening the door and not seeing you as a bike. Stay far enough away from it. An intersection, and it's a heavy pedestrian area. You make sure that pedestrian sees you. They have the right of way, but if you're going to cross, sometimes they let you, sometimes they don't. Left, right, left. Make the cross, make sure that they're looking at you, make sure that they see you. And sometimes even if they're looking at you, they don't see you. It doesn't register. So make your little movement. Move on. So those have been the 5 rules that I follow pretty much every time I even jump in the car. And of course, I transferred over to riding a bike, and it's been really, really helpful. Now, right now, I don't have a great exit in case this car hit by another car or whatever from behind me. I could have gotten over to the left a little bit more behind this caravan and kind of more in this position here, and given myself a better out if there was some sort of event happening behind me that could possibly cause me some danger. Generally, cars in Pennsylvania are pretty aware, particularly this part. York is where the Harleys are built. There's a lot of bikes around. I'm about 25 minutes from York, and that's their main plant. So in a way, you're kind of fortunate in Pennsylvania because in this area particularly, with motorcycles, since most of the drivers are very aware of bikes. They see them all the time, and it's just kind of more of a natural phenomenon than maybe in other parts of the country. So that's kind of my spiel for today. I'm going to head on up to Carlisle, maybe have some coffee or something like that up there, ice cream, I don't know. Come back and enjoy the rest of the day at home.